Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to the one and only Son of Dust stream hosted by me, the one and only Son of Dust. You guys already know the intro. Yeah, let's just get straight to gaming. I know I was technically also supposed to stream like yesterday and I didn't. Um, just life stuff. Believe it or not, whoops. Believe it or not, I do have a life outside of streaming. Um, but I'm here today, and that's what matters. Let me also adjust my camera so my face is more centered. See, that's a little better. Thank you all for coming, though. Also, yes, I got a new background. Fan Friday on a Saturday? Yes, I know. We're technically doing Fan Friday on a Saturday. I guess I didn't think of it like that. But yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome Angela. Welcome Crema. Welcome Super Plush Lord. And welcome Land Shark, who's lurking right now. I am still recovering from being sick. The same guy from Mashile? What the fuck is that? Is that like an anime? Mashley. Okay. I think that's what you're talking about. But anyways, yeah, I'm still recovering from being sick, so my voice still sounds a little crappy. Sorry about that. But you guys are going to have to deal with it, sorry. But let's play some video games, why don't we? I already got the here it is. Slay the Princess first must mean my game is next. What game did you suggest again? I actually don't remember. I need to look at the Discord to find out. Is this shit gonna open or... I swear if this shit doesn't work... Okay, I was about to say, dude. Like, no fuck. Can I F11? I can't! Oh, I'm so smart. This is a horror game, and it's not intended for all audiences. Please visit our website if you need a full list of content warnings. Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects as well as a parallax effect on the rare occasion that has caused motion sickness in players. If either of these cause health issues for you, you can disable them in the game's preference as well. If you guys have any issues with that, then tell me now so I can disable them. Otherwise, we're going. I'm not a pussy. I'm kidding. No, if you have some kind of uncontrollable thing, then that is not your fault. Also, give me like two. Oh my god, I can't even change my freaking camera settings. I forgot to change my camera setting. Now the stupid thing is gonna change colors randomly. Oh my god, that's so annoying. Yeah, it's not gonna let me change the things. Maybe if I hide it. Nope. Unfortunate. Actually, you know what? I have an idea. Give me like 2 seconds. Whoa, behind the scenes. You guys have never seen this before. Actually, I did show it one time. I did show it one time. Aha! Now we can do it. Okay, give me like 5 seconds. Bam. Much better. Ugh, doesn't that look so much better and more natural? Okay, back to the game. Bam. The new game is called Slay the Princess Pristine Cut. Is that what I got? I think that might have been the one that I got. Slay. I got Slay the Princess Collector's Edition. Is what I got. But I don't know if I got the update, so we'll have to see. All right, psychological thriller. Cool. It seems like you guys are. Oh wait, last week? No, I don't have that. I got the collector's edition though. Got the old one. Okay, I'll get the new one later. All right. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story and a horror. How scary can this game possibly be? I got through Doki Doki. I don't see this being more scary than Doki Doki. It seems like it's in the same vein, a point and click type game. Yeah, this is probably about as scary as Doki Doki, no? I will say aesthetically, it's a lot more grim looking, so that will probably make it a little scarier. Um, but yeah, I'm going in blind. I don't know what to expect with this game at all. Okay. So, let's get on. Wait, let me go onto Twitch real quick. Okay. Sorry, it keeps flashing in and out. Should be fine now. Okay. We're gonna go on new game. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods,
the narrator.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Oh, that's really cool. This is the parallax effect that they were talking about. This is really neat looking. That looks really cool.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, Lord. There's a lot of dialogue options. Oh my god. I mean, you know, usually split decision games have like maybe 3 dialogue options. There's like 8 options here. And surely every single one of these gives me, yeah, this is explore. Then this is, okay, thanks for telling me, sweet, I've always wanted to off the monarch. Silently continue to the cabin, turn around and... I mean, I have to try turn around and leave first, right? What happens if I just quit the game? Does the world end? This is already really interesting. I'm on the first dialogue option, and I'm already conflicted on what to do. Ooh. Okay. Chat, if anybody wants me to pick a specific dialogue option, let me know now. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? End of the world, what are you talking about? Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for this? Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to offer Monarch Viva la Revolucion. Silently continue to turn around the lead. Up to you, Dusk. I'm fine with anything. Okay, have you played this game before, though? Do you know, like, what the dialogue options do? I mean, I can just save right here, right? Just quick save. Let's turn around.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
This narrator seems less like a narrator and more like somebody who's trying to push me to do something. No, what? Wait. Oh, I can't actually do it. Lame. I have to continue on with it. They could have given like a Far Cry 4 type ending where if you just sit in the, or is it Far Cry 4 or Far Cry 5? Or like if you sit in the main bad guy's house for like 15 minutes, you technically beat the game because he like sends you back with your mother or whatever, and then like it's game over, but you never actually stop his dictatorial rule. They could have done an ending like that, but whatever. Lame. Okay. Lie. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Oh, I can continue. Okay. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I am not going to the cabin. My relatives are coming, but maybe they're on their own. I'm gonna walk in the opposite direction now. These are really funny dialogue options. I'm gonna say yes, I definitely know. See, I can lie to the narrator. He's a narrator. He's supposed to be narrating my story.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Really? Now he's okay with it. Voice of the hero. Interesting. Why is the narrator kinda JK? I don't know what you're implying there, to be honest.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Excuse me?
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Interesting. That's bullshit. Okay, whatever. You're forced to go into the cabin. Okay, I see. I see. They play tricks. Oh, what? Turn around again and leave
You're
again.
really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
He's so bitchy, right? Like, come on, bro. Let me tread my own path, bitch.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say,
Okay,
it
buddy.
seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Yeah, we're gonna start walking a different direction again. In fact, I'm just gonna keep trekking through the wilderness until I find my way out of this place. Yeah, let's do that. Let's keep going. Let's just keep
There's
on
always a
ignoring it.
choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to
Oh,
happen.
the cabin is like closer.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your
What the
surroundings,
fuck?
you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
There's like 18 cabins!
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need
Yeah,
to
he is
be.
kind of similar to the Stanley Parable narrator, I guess. I haven't played the Stanley Parable. I've only seen clips of it, but it does seem kind of like that same vibe. I like how the music gets
Wait.
freakier too.
What's going on?
Voice of the hero. Is that me?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you
No,
do about
I
the
don't
fate
want
of
to kill the
world.
princess. That's my
You've doomed
choice.
us all.
No?
You know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before
So
the
I'm
world
gonna get
ends
jump scared
and
here, right?
everyone
Also, I'm gonna move my
dies.
camera a little bit. So. Chapter 2, The Stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path
Chapter
is
2?
a cabin,
Okay, I'm gonna.
and in the basement of that cabin
I guess I'll just quit saying.
is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Interesting. But I entered a new chapter, so this is technically different. But I died, the whole world ended. What am I doing here? There's so many dialogue options. I'd have to play this game like 20 times to see what everything leads to. These walls weren't there last time. You can't just force me to go into the game.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there.
Jesus.
It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Someone other than me.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to
He
keep it that way.
capitalized. Is the narrator God?
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Is it the contrary?
He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day.
What's up, Score Bunny?
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude.
So if the
Stuff
world
those
didn't
pathetic
end,
little voices to the
I
back
thought
of
the
your mind and
cabin
stay
like
focused on the
infinitely
task
replicated
ahead.
itself and then like consumed the world. That's what I assumed happened because he said, you know, you just doomed us forever, right? Oh, you're doomed forever. The narrator's sus, man. Wait. Oh, explore doesn't actually make me proceed onto anything. It lets me pry into him a little more. The narrator. What if I say, you aren't actually kidding?
Last I checked, there wasn't any last time. We've just met, you and I.
So sus.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're... He might have walled off everything, but if by ruining my... The world really did end. The world hasn't ended yet.
Okay, I see. I see what's happening now. So, yeah, I should click explore more often.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously.
I'm gonna keep on being resilient. I want to know what happens. I want the world to end.
A warning before you go any further.
The big-ass walls, too.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything.
Wait, but I lied and said I was... whatever.
Her.
So I have to
Don't
proceed?
believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
Oh, okay. I guess they're just not gonna give me a choice. Fuck off. But I'm on chapter 2.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
Is this what I get for infinitely replicating the cabin? It's too early for this, man. I haven't even done anything. Why is it already freaky? Yeah, I guess this is the path I chose by letting the world end once. This reminds me of like what's that book called? House of Leaves, which you guys should totally look at. It's pretty cool.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I feel like I
want
feel
us
like
to
I
take
chose the worst
maybe we should
ending
just
possible,
leave it
dude.
to collect
I
our
could have just went
stuff.
into the
Better
cabin
yet,
and
right.
reality itself
Throw
wouldn't
it
be
out the
crumbling
window.
in front of
Good
me.
as a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway.
That's also kind of true, right? Like,
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly
this is
simple,
not just a princess,
straightforward
clearly.
premise? You can't just say that. But when everything here is so wrong.
Like, the cabin doesn't look like this if you do it normally, right? Let's just say a quick save here, right? And then I go, okay, wait, hold on. Let me just save in this slot, right? Now I go to the main menu. List unsaved progress, that's fine. Okay, I start a new game.
You're
Okay.
here.
And then I just go to the cabin.
You make your way up. A warning. She will
Yep.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. Ignore him. He doesn't...
See to the cabin. This is anxiety inducing, what the fuck?
The interior
Yeah,
of the
what the
cabin
fuck?
is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the
Okay.
floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust.
So,
No,
I just wanted to see what happens with this. So let's load back to where we
You
were
can't
before.
just say that. But when everything here is so wrong.
What happened in the first 20 minutes? Okay, so basically, right from the get-go, you have multiple options. You are supposed to go into the cabin to slay the princess, right? Because she will end the world, according to the narrator, who seems to be a character that has his own motivations. Um, so I chose to be defiant and not slay the princess and turn around endlessly, because when I turn back on the path that I came from, the cabin with the princess is there, and then I turn back around and the cabin is there, and then eventually, after turning around like 3 times, the cabin infinitely replicated itself, basically saying like, okay, you have no choice but to go into the cabin. But I kept on being defiant, and then according to the narrator, the world was ending at that moment because I chose not to slay the princess, and the cabin seemingly infinitely replicated until it consumed reality. However, I then got transported back to the forest with the path, and there was a bunch of walls surrounding the forest, which essentially forced me to go to the cabin. Then I chose to be defiant again, and the narrator basically gave me no choice but to go into the cabin. I could no longer be defiant. So now I entered the cabin, and it looks like this, which, as you can see by me moving my mouse around, it seems to be not of this reality, I guess. Like, it seems to come from another plane of existence. And what you just witnessed when I went back to the main menu to start a new game was to see if I had just simply chosen to go straight to the princess and not be defiant at all and seemingly let the world end, even though the narrator insisted that the world did not end and I was talking to him for the first time. Yeah. Now it looks like this, basically. But when I chose not to do that, the cabin was perfectly normal, as you just saw right before this. So that's pretty much the summary. So it seems like me allowing the cabin to infinitely replicate the first time basically warped the reality, and now I have to deal with the consequences. Yeah. Very strange. Very, very strange.
Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world.
So, if I had just chosen to go and slay the princess, the cabin would be relatively normal. Obviously, the princess or whatever forces are around her are beyond human understanding, I suppose. Lovecraftian.
And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart.
This hurts my head already. This game is very interesting. I'm probably gonna have to play this multiple times. I might do a couple playthroughs on stream, maybe more than one. This game can't be that long, right? Oh, and also important detail, after the world seemingly ended the first time, I went into chapter 2 because the game is split into chapters, and the different chapters depend on what decisions you make. But the game went into chapter 2, and then it seemingly started me over. But then, like I said, there was the walls around the forest, and I was forced to go into the cabin, and now it looks like this. So things definitely changed.
Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Are you the boss of me?
Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay.
Stressful geometry, motherfucker? I can see stars through the cracks of the floorboards. If I fall, I'm going into oblivion.
Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
That is kind of true. That is true. Here's an area.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours.
Oh,
and
okay.
Quickly,
sassy.
If you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun.
I also find it really interesting that his is always capitalized, and it seems to be referring to the narrator, as if the narrator is a godlike being.
What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
It's obviously real? So is it just a figment of our imagination? Or is it, like, actually happening?
Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very
I have a lot of
important
questions,
task.
and I just started. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. I didn't even notice the mirror on the wall.
Ooh, we should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun?
No, probably not.
You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting
Wait,
on the table.
there
and
is
the
a
door
mirror
to the
right fucking
basement.
here.
There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
I don't want to look at the mirror! Why would you lie about that? What's the point? I also want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. It doesn't matter. Remain silent. Approach the mirror. Oh my god. I want to approach the mirror, but I don't want to approach the mirror. Why would you lie about that?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
Let's do it.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door.
It's a
a
wall.
wall.
There
Isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Like that's the only option I have?
You reach forward
Oh,
and rub your
interesting.
hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Stress. I'm a monster?
But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Wait, what? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is you don't want us to see? Is that what the... So is that like a symbolic thing?
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it?
Should I not have taken the knife? Oh, I have the knife in my hand, like on the cursor.
The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom.
That is true. If you hold it like this, it does look cooler than holding it like this. Like,
It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
hold the blade the
Switch
other
your
way.
grip on the blade.
Hell yeah.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Yes! Isn't this so much better?
I agree. It is better. He's right.
Okay, fine. You're right.
It does.
This does look
Hell
a
yeah.
lot better.
Looking like a rogue, you know, or like an assassin. Come on.
It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal
It,
with it.
it has to matter, right? It has to matter. Like, I feel like every single thing that I choose in this game is going to matter. I didn't feel like that with Doki Doki necessarily. A lot of choices I thought might matter, but like over time I noticed that the choices in Doki Doki don't matter quite as much. It really just gives you like different scenes with the different characters. But this, every single game or every single choice that I make feels like it impacts the game. Do I throw the blade out the window? Do I keep the knife or no? Nah, I'm gonna throw it out. I want to do like all the contrarian stuff first.
Yes! Do it! Seriously. You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it. We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends.
Yeah,
Been
they're
there,
done that.
that.
True, and then reality just reset it. If you keep it self-defense, but if I don't keep it, then I look less threatening, right? And I'm trying to be. Look, I already chose the path of not slaying the princess the first time. I walked infinitely in circles until the world seemingly ended. So, you know, if I continue down that path, perhaps the princess will be nice to me.
I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon. What's done is done. Good luck,
here.
hero.
The hero. Fucking sarcastic ass. Whatever. Enter the basement.
The
Oh,
door to
shit!
The basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
What the fuck? Should I just do a normal playthrough first instead of doing it like this? This is like a little too much already. I don't even know what the... No, the princess is definitely gonna be like like a Lovecraftian being. There's no fucking way the princess is normal after what's going on right
Nothing
now.
here seems to belong. And the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get.
Can I just
Your
jump
head
off
throbbing with
and
the
like
effort of making sense
fall
of this place.
infinitely into the void?
None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
I don't know what I'm supposed to make of this, to be honest.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I mean,
Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you.
okay, I don't like this.
Oh, don't be such a baby.
I don't like this.
I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap.
She sounds fucking scary,
Like
dude.
whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
We're gonna die.
And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
I really don't like where this is going. I don't like where this is going. Take the soft stairs to the right, take the harsh stairs to the left. Take the center staircase. Can I just jump off?
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs, until there's nothing left in them to feel. The air around you grows cold the further you progress. At first a barely noticeable drop, quickly evolving into a numbing cold. Your toes feel like blocks of ice, your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor. You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill.
I have to say, the sound design in this game is pretty excellent. What?
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
Okay, never mind.
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and
Everything
vanish,
turning more and more into
till
sketchiness.
the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey. A continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
We lose!
Consumption and
Oh,
betrayal.
never. Wait, what?
Skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as
Are you just
Oh.
going to stand there?
Okay. God, this game is weird.
what the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs.
I'm gonna save here.
Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
That was a trip! That was a whole fucking... whatever. The emotion of are you just going to stand there, right? I mean, yeah, after that, I kind of do just want to stand there.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
After all that? Hydrate? Okay. Thank you for caring about my hydration. And redeeming the 100 points to keep me healthy.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching you stare at me for a long, long time.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face. I don't think she likes us. Wouldn't you be skeptical of someone stumbling in here if you were her? We lost ourselves the second we stepped into this place.
Okay, hold
I don't know
on,
how
wait.
long she's been here,
She
but I can't
has
imagine
one
it'd be
chain
easy for
on,
her to
but
trust
one
anyone.
chain off.
Those eyes, though. They're so sharp. It's just deception. Don't buy into it. You can do this.
Oh,
It's
fuck!
okay. Don't worry. Sometimes I get lost here too.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of
Okay, hold on, wait. But I wanted to ask one more thing. No, don't overwrite my save. Look.
I feel so... Oh well. The prince and he's just...
Okay, let me save here. I wanted to do this option too. So you can't always explore multiple times. Sometimes you can only explore once. Okay, it looks like there's a lot of explore options. You're apparently a threat to the world. I was sent here to slay you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here? Getting down here is weird, like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me? I'm gonna ask
What? Like you need me to hold your hand and tell you everything's okay? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
Okay, so she fractured over here last time. Now she fractured over here. Does that mean
As
anything?
the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
And she has a different facial expression on this one too. It looks like the same hand is chained though, I
We
think.
can do that?
We can do that?
Like
That's
this.
funny.
It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time?
Wait, the narrator doesn't know? So only we know? Okay, that's actually a plot twist. I thought the narrator was fucking with us. But he genuinely did think it was the first time?
Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done.
Okay, so we've
is dead.
transported into a different reality.
Whatever you saw last time,
Unsee it?
Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here.
Yeah,
and you need
it
to do
probably
it
is a little
now.
too late. It's kind of hard to forget what just fucking happened.
Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Okay. I'm getting you out of here. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything here. Leave her in the basement. Regretfully think about the time you threw the blade out the window. Okay, that's a really long... Try and free her. I don't know what... Oh. I see what's happening now. Try and free her. Leave her in the basement. It's a answer that fractures on itself, essentially. You're doing two conflicting things by trying to free her and leaving her in the basement. So that probably shatters reality more. How much can we shatter reality? Okay. I'm gonna save here. So many options that I want to explore. This game has way more depth than I was anticipating. Let's do the most extreme option, why not?
Wait, that's not right. Go on.
Oh, fuck!
Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride.
She looks a little unsettling up here. I don't know what's going on there.
You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many
Yeah,
directions.
so we are literally shattering reality.
You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
Wait. You remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Okay, so yeah, there's fracturing realities. In one reality, we slay her. In another, we leave her. In another, we are kind to her and free her. And then in this one, we attempt to slay her, but she seems like she is going to come back
Is this
at
what
us.
the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything
Oh
witty
my
to
lord.
say? I could use a good bit of wit right now.
Yeah, she's literally a Lovecraftian
No, I
being.
don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
Smash. Shut up.
Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all
Reset.
falls
Nope, never
apart.
mind.
I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others,
they just don't fit. They just don't fit.
we can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
Man, I really did choose the freakiest ending first, huh?
Did you do this? Did we do this?
Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
Probably not.
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's
Oh,
a little
you
late
don't
for
say.
regret, isn't
Oh.
it?
Please.
Ooh, this is interesting. Okay, I'm gonna save here. I want to save in so many spots. I want to see what happens. There are so many options. What if I say I'm not gonna fix you? Huh? But you didn't. You don't know if she had the chance to hear her reply. She's gone, replaced with something else. The mirror. So wait, does this happen regardless of what I choose? Yeah, it doesn't matter what I choose.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again.
This
Why
game
did
is
it- why
unsettling,
now?
man. It's not like scary, but the atmosphere is like very freaky. I don't know where she went, and the mirror is just standing there menacingly. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror, approach the mirror.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that
Awful
awful
thing.
Then what the hell are we supposed to do? It is. Does that mean the world ended? Again, what the hell are we supposed to do? There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. No. Don't do that.
That's the only option I have. Yeah, I guess
I'm
we approach the
begging you,
mirror.
don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before. Ignore him.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
This game is really anxiety-inducing. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone. But the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's me. I'm a monster. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
You know, that's some very strange wording there. A vessel? What are you? You have to have a fragile vessel. There's a lot of dialogue options here. Why is there so many? How am I ever... This game would take a lifetime to complete. There's so many dialogue options. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Solitary lights, what do you mean? What do you think I am? I don't know what I am. Oh, come on, you'll love dialogue? Yeah.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
So we're both Lovecraftian beings. Right?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. These ones are a contradiction. A winding kaleidoscope of paths unwalled. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold.
I feel like I probably should have done this later on. I just wanted to see what happens if you don't kill the princess. That's all I wanted to do.
I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I did this path a little too early, I feel like. I feel like I spoiled myself a little bit. I should have seen what happens if I just go and kill the princess.
Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
So is this basically like the manifestation of all choices that could possibly be made in the game? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? What happens now? There's just so much going on here, man.
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
True. I mean, you're right.
You are the only thing I have ever known.
Aw, that's kind
The
of sad.
space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
That kind of implies that we've been here before. I guess technically if infinite realities are merging upon themselves, then yeah, we have been here before, right? Like this is technically one reality. If all reality is infinite, okay, I'm getting too philosophical. But technically if all reality is infinite and there are infinite realities, then this has happened in an infinite number of times. Right?
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This
I mean, that's
is
not entirely
a
true. I
place
could
that
just
can hold a fragment
I
of
can
a
just load my
concept.
old save.
The
You know, I
moment
cannot
she
do it if I
arrived
wanted
here,
to, you know?
She was going
The
to
commentary
return
only
to
works
me.
when it's true. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. So the princess is not... Okay. So the princess isn't a Lovecraftian being. There's this thing, the merging of all princess realities, whatever, is a greater force that controls all the different princesses that eventually leads to this being created. But that was kind of the plan all along, I'm assuming. I don't know. She's got a lot of boobs. What is wrong with you people?
I promise that it doesn't hurt.
She has a lot of hands too, but I didn't see you point that out. I promise that it doesn't hurt, she says, with a knife lodged in between her boobs and shoulders. Her first and second boob. I don't know, man. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me
I
here?
have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
What a strange ending. I really should have done this ending. This feels like the ending that you do after, like, a post-game ending. You know what I mean? Like, after you beat the game, then you do this ending. I don't know. It feels wrong doing this one first. I really feel like I spoiled myself by doing this ending first. Like, this would have hit a lot harder if I had gone through other endings and then arrived at this ending, where all the endings seemingly like unwind themselves and converge all together, you know? But I haven't done any of the other endings, so it's just like very weird.
I know only that they are.
Wow, so profound.
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
I mean, there's a lot of princesses.
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Maybe.
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
What happens now?
Nothing
The ultimate
as
question.
we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Interesting.
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Wait a minute. I haven't brought that many perspectives. Wait a minute. I think I get it now. Okay. If this is the case, then the creator of this game is a genius. I think because I reached this ending as my first ending, the princess amalgamation thing acknowledges that I haven't gotten other endings, which is why she says, sorry you witnessed this so early. And then now she says, bring me more perspective so that I may be whole. So this specific ending, if I choose all the same answers as I did before, and I, go the contrarian route, and I choose not to kill the princess, if I do this ending again, after obtaining other endings, perspectives, then this specific ending changes, even if I choose all the same dialogue options. If that's actually the case, that's genius. Huh. And I lose the other dialogue options. I don't get to destroy my body. I wanted to do that. Okay, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save here. I want to destroy my body. Destroy your body. You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
What game is that? Slay the princess, aka kill the maiden, like she said. Attack the entity. Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Okay, interesting. So, the only way to proceed is with what happens now. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. So there is no other ending. I can go back to this now. What is wrong with all of you? Hear me out. Zenchi saying, alright guys, hear me out. Angela saying she has a bunch of boobs. I'm pretty sure, Krema also made a joke about, like, hear me out or whatever. You are all degenerates. You're all degenerates! You all need to go outside and touch grass. You know what? Maybe the next game we play is going to be Touch Grass Simulator, so you all can get a taste of the outside world. I will do a favor for all of you. I don't need to play Touch Grass Simulator, but I think all of you need to experience it, so that you may all understand what the real world is like. I will do you all a favor. Next game we're playing, Touch Grass Simulator, baby. You're all gonna be able to experience what fresh air feels like. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that.
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
You're all ridiculous! Oh, man. Was Jacob who suggested this? Yeah. And yeah, it seemed like a cool game. It seems like right up my alley. Like, I've played Doki Doki, and that was one of my favorite games that I ever played on stream. Like, to this day, it's still one of my favorite streams that I've ever done. Doki Doki. So yeah, this seemed like exactly the type of game that I would be interested in playing if I'm gonna play horror games, which you all really wanted me to play, and I was supposed to play throughout the month of October, but I didn't really stream throughout October, partially because I was sick, partially because of work, blah 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 blah. There's a few things that happened. So I'm making up for it by playing scary games in November.
Everything. Until we meet again.
What the fuck did I just ask? How many more pieces of you do I have to find? That's the real question.
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
That's kind of cute. What if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished. Dry. Hollow.
So I have to beat the game more times, but like normally, not doing this ending. Very interesting. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that
Stretch?
cannot
Okay.
be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
Alright, I'm stretching. Okay, I've done enough stretching. Actually, I didn't do the Wii Fit pose. What? Whoa. Whoa. There we go. Thank you for caring about my health, Zenshi, and making me stretch. You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
I'm not going back. Wait.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
She's surprisingly pleasant. Wait forever. What happens if I wait forever? There's so much going on, man.
You are as I am now, and forever
There's
is a long time to remain undone.
That's a
I
cute
am not
quote.
you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished.
Man, this is very philosophical.
What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage.
Hey, the whole game is hand-drawn.
You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
How interesting. What? The game crashes itself? I mean, my file's still here. What if I load the file again?
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
I mean, I don't really know her. I haven't done anything.
You won't.
You won't. Everything goes dark and you die. And then it restarts.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin
How interesting.
is a princess.
So let me get this straight. So if I wait forever, the game
If
crashes itself. Yeah, it literally crashes. I guess, yeah, you literally cannot wait forever. If you choose to be reborn again, then it just starts you from chapter 1 and creates a new game. Now, my question is... Come on, start the fucking game. My question is, if I start a new game, is it like running in the background or something? Why does the game open when I ask for it to be open? Oh, there we go. My question
you have
is,
returned to me.
huh?
Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Huh?
You have returned to me.
It opened twice.
Though you were gone mere
Are you sure you want to
moments.
quit? Yes, I want to quit because I opened it twice by an accident. Okay. So the game crashes itself, and then... Wait, though you're gone mere moments, I never left your side. Okay, so that's what happens. The game crashes itself when you wait forever.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
See, but my... Okay, what I really want to know is, if I do that exact same path
You're
again...
on a path in the woods.
Let's just say I do that exact same path again. Does the ending change? I don't think it does until I get more endings. I really think that that ending will absolutely change. Wait. No, it still is different. You know how I know it's different? The game didn't truly restart. I know it's different because my hand still looks like a monster hand. And I don't think it looked like that initially when I first started a new game. Like, if I load this...
You can't just say...
Wait, no, it does still look like that. Never mind. If I go to the main menu, and I start a new game. No, does my hand always
You're
look
on
like
a
that?
path in the woods. And
So wait, I've always been a monster? Did it look like that when I first loaded up the game? I need to go back in the VOD. Like, the mouse cursor didn't always look like that, right? Was anyone paying enough attention to see that detail? If the mouse cursor always looked like a monster hand? Or was that only after I touched the mirror for the first time? I genuinely don't know anymore.
you're on
Okay,
a path
whatever, let's keep
in
going.
the woods. You're here to slay her. If
So
you
we're back to
don't,
chapter 1.
It will be the end of the world.
Wait a minute. No, it is different. It's different. Hold on.
You're
It is different! I fucking knew it. I knew there was something different. I have the option to turn around and leave. That's why I saved the game. Even though it took me back to chapter 1. It's still different. It's still different. I bet if I start a new game and choose all the same dialogue options, it'll give me slightly different results than if I start from this allegedly the new game that continues after I ended the world and killed myself and whatever, and then got reborn and put back to chapter 1. I had the option to
Seriously?
turn around
Just-
and leave here. I do not have the option to turn around
You're
and
on
leave
a path in the woods.
if I come back over here.
And at the end of that path, you're here to...
Interesting. I'm gonna continue on this save. I'm gonna continue on this save where I'm not allowed to turn back around. So let's explore.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people.
I mean,
You have to put an end to her.
most problematically of all normal people, I mean, other life matters, you know. Without trees, there won't be people either. Actually, most of the world's oxygen, fun fact, all right, you can tell this to all your friends and they'll think you're very smart. Most of the oxygen in the world actually comes from algae, not from trees and plants. Algae. That's where most of the oxygen comes from. However, if we eliminated all life besides people, then people would still die because we would have no oxygen. So, technically, the narrator is wrong here. How can a princess be locked away in a basement? End the
Don't
world.
linger on the specifics.
I
You have
think
a
it's a
job
little
to do
important
here.
to do
Just
so.
get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
All right. Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it
Nitrogen
this
is
far.
the primary
you might
element.
as
Yeah,
well reach the
I
end
know
of
that
your
is true.
journey.
There's more nitrogen than there's oxygen. Oxygen only takes up, I believe, 20% of the air we breathe, but it's enough to keep us alive. If oxygen took up more of the percentage of the air, if I'm not mistaken, insects would be bigger because their bodies are... Something about their bodies changes relative to the amount of oxygen that they consume. Something, I don't know. I might be wrong about that one, but I could have sworn I read somewhere that, like, if there was a higher concentration of oxygen in the air that we breathe, then insects would be bigger. We'd have, like, giant insects. It comes from microorganisms that exist inside the ocean. That's what algae is, Zenshi! Zenshi! Algae is the microorganisms that exist in the ocean. That's algae. And other, fuck, what's the word? What is it called? There's like the 5 kingdoms. There's like plants, animals, fungi, I don't remember what the other ones are. Australia, spiders everywhere? Basically, yeah.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a...
I should
bit of a
probably
ticking
read the
clock.
things that I click on before I click on them so you guys can know what he's responding to. I clicked, have you considered that maybe she's going to end the world because she knows we're going to try to kill her?
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
I mean, judging by the last ending that we got, she's definitely, at the very least, part of some extra-dimensional being.
And before
Oh,
we
fuck!
waste even more of our time by asking how I know that,
Why
let
do you
me
guys
suggest
always
a more
scare me with those
pragmatic
stupid
lens
things?
through which
I
to view this
fucking
situation.
stand you guys. Every single time I play a scary game, you guys do that. God damn it, man. It works every single time, too. Every single time it works. Okay, let's just continue.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this
Can you
point.
add a sound where you go
If the
nya
princess
nya?
leaves the cabin,
Yeah,
the
after
world
I'm
will
not sick
end.
anymore, I'll
There
record
is no
myself doing a
changing
nya
that.
because I can't make my voice high-pitched. You guys can't even hear because I'm sick. Like, I can't do a high-pitched voice at all. So, I'll be able to do like a nya, you know, but like a little higher pitch so it's funnier. And I'll do that as a sound alert, okay? I already have the rar uwu, and I have so yeah, I'll do a nya, okay? I'll do it for you, Zenchi. We'll keep memeing. We're all just innocent little neckos at the end of the day, as you would say, Zenchi. That's not my philosophy. That's yours.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
That's a powerful chicken.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Yeah. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a
I mean,
princess that
me, a
much
monarchist?
worse than
Absolutely
slaying
not.
a fisherman or a
I am
miller or a
I am
seamstress?
a radical
If anything,
social
slaying a
commie,
princess is
whatever.
much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
I am strictly an anti-capitalist. And also anti-monarchist, I guess, technically. Because I don't like monarchy either. Are you a monarchist? You're the one with the British accent, motherfucker. You're a monarchist. I'm a fascist, I guess. Ew, lame. You're antithetical to my worldview.
Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules. I have
Shit,
to
I
say,
forgot to
I'm
read that option.
surprised at your reluctance thus far. But unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off.
Why me?
Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Liar.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Sorry, Zenshi, you can keep making sad noises. But it is the way it is.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody
Have you considered that
wants
I want the
to
world
end.
to end?
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
How do you not know? They get some sort of
Yes,
reward.
but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward.
It's a
Just think.
secret!
And whatever you think it might
Excuse
be,
me?
I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
I don't trust that at all. That's sus. Whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's gonna be even better than your wildest imagination. It's gonna be a fucking jump scare is what it's gonna be. Bullshit, he's lying? That's what I'm saying, man. No, shut. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face. Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. I kind of want to click that and see what he says. Let's just overwrite this one, I guess. I mean, I already saw that ending, so I can probably just load over whatever. I just quick save. Thanks for telling me what to do.
It's all part of the job.
Motherfucker, no, I don't want you to tell me what to do. I lied.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you
If
go
he was
in
telling the
prepared
truth,
to
he would
hear
flat out
her
tell you what it is,
She
right?
could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
I mean, I can see that. The princess and I get, like, close, and then it becomes harder and harder for me to kill her because I'm emotionally attached to her.
Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her.
See how well that
turns
turns
out for
out
all
for
of
all of
us.
us.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Does he say that if I say, okay, thanks for telling me
Don't
what to do?
mention. You make your way up. A warning. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything
so
in
he
her power to
gives
stop
this
you from slaying her.
warning
Don't believe a word she says.
only when I don't choose the option that I chose first, because he gives us this warning before
We're not going to
that.
go through with this, right?
And then we get the
She's a
silence.
princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not
Interest.
slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Then I guess so. You make your. We're not going to go. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking
Okay.
about.
So I don't think so. Every decision I don't think necessarily impacts the story, but it does give you slightly different dialogue. Proceed into the cabin. See, I don't have a choice. I had a choice before. Alright, we go into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I only have two options. Take the blade, or enter the basement. I'm going to quick save. I really want to know, like... It's so hard going on with this because I know for a fact that, like, if I start a new game, and then there's all of this, and then I just go to the
You make
cabin,
your
right? I go into the cabin.
The interior of the...
Okay, no, never mind. It gives me the same options. So once you enter the cabin, you don't have a choice. So I'm just gonna quick load back to where I was before. Because keep in mind, I'm still on the New Game Plus, where the world ended, and then reality reset itself, and then I went back to the beginning. What do you do if you brought the knife? Then I have the option to kill her with the knife, probably. If I don't bring the knife, then I don't have the option to kill her with the knife. Maybe I break her neck instead. I don't know. So, okay. Well, take the blade is an explore option. Whereas enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room.
So if I take the blade...
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world
then I
without
have the option to do more stuff. Because all explore options lead me to more dialogue. Anything that doesn't say explore is essentially its own choice, as I've learned. So I can enter... Okay, so wait. My hand still looks a little weird, but let's enter the basement with the blade.
The door to the basement
Also,
creaks open,
interesting note,
revealing a staircase
the
faintly
contrarian
illuminated by
doesn't
an unseen
tell me
light in the
to
room
hold the
below.
blade in a different way.
This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Like, you're apprehensively like, yeah, I think I'm supposed to kill you. Who's there? Mommy, sorry. You're all terrible. You're all degenerates. I'm the only pure one here. Okay, once again, I feel the need to go back to the main menu and just see what happens if I do new game. Just silently continue to the cabin, proceed into the cabin, take the blade, enter the basement.
Who's there?
No, she does it exactly the same. Okay, I'm gonna assume from here on out that everything is going to be exactly the same. Okay. You're one to talk, Dusk? What do you mean? I'm more pure than all of you, okay? I may not be the purest person. I may have said on stream that sucking dick is pog. I may have talked about eating ass before. But you know what? I'm still more pure than all of you. Even with those things considered. Actually, the only ones who are more pure than me are Score Bunny and Snivy. They're the only truly pure ones. And you know what? Landshark too. Even though I'm pretty sure he's older than me. If I remember correctly, he said he was older than me in chat one time. And despite that, you know, maybe he's just simply more mature. But yeah, he has not ever said a single sexual thing in chat. The only 3 people in chat who have never said anything sexual or pervy. All of you guys, all the rest of you have all said something pervy in chat before. Continue down the stairs. What if I just silently continue down the stairs? I just say, hi, how you doing today?
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Yeah, I know both Senshi and Ancho are like, oh my god, yes, mommy. Oh my god, I'll come down and visit you. I know you're all thinking that. Okay? I know my audience, damn it. You're all doing that in your heads. Like, yes, I will. I'll totally visit you. Oh my god. What if I say, just checking in on you?
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
And then what happens if you say I think I'm going to kill you?
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Not that part, but for you to ask it. So yeah, whatever. I'm gonna do the most aggressive options in this playthrough.
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise.
Good luck, hero.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
I do like the artistic decision to make her almost entirely white to contrast with the dark background of everything else.
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
So, see, if I didn't bring the knife, then she wouldn't have said that.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here.
You walk down the stairs.
I mean, I have the
and
knife
lock
right here.
eyes
She
with the
can see it, right?
princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist.
She's so...
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Okay, so she knows either way. Yeah, you got the same dialogue options regardless. Okay. Just here to talk. I haven't decided yet. Nah. That's totally me for real.
Then drop the knife.
We should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Ooh.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll
I mean,
have to
that's
get
kind of
close enough
true.
to
You
use
know,
it.
we have to step up to the Eldritch being, however you pronounce that, Eldritch being.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Just throw the knife, right? Yeah. Shouldn't we be trained in that? Why don't we have a fucking bow and arrow? Now that I think about it, yeah. Wait a minute. Okay. Maybe that doing the last ending that we did kind of spoiled me a little bit. But I'm getting the feeling that the narrative here is that in this reality, time literally starts when you enter the forest. There is no time prior to that, and there is no time after the princess is slayed, let's say. Well, that's what I'm assuming, the latter part. But, like, I do think time literally starts when you enter the forest. Because there's no way that somebody gets sent to slay a world-ending being barehanded, and then there's a knife in the cabin where you're supposed to slay the world-ending being, and that's the only weapon that you have. If you're slaying a world-ending being, would you not at least bring, I don't know, a crossbow? A gun? Wouldn't the guy at least be trained in knife throwing? You know? So you could just... I don't know. I think that's an interesting thought. Maybe I'm wrong. But you know, the way that the last ending played out was that time literally reset. The realities unbinded, and we got sent back to chapter 1. By the converged realities princess, whatever. And when time reset, we ended up back in the forest. If that's the case, then that's like a pretty complex narrative. But, I mean, Undertale has a kind of similar, like, you know, time, multiple realities thing. Okay, wait. So I'm just
Good.
gonna continue down the
You're
stairs.
still listening to reason.
Because I want to kill her for
You
my
walk down the
first...
stairs.
Yeah.
She's focused on the time.
And there you are.
So
Are you
I just
here
want
to kill me or something?
I just want to kill her and see what
You
happens.
step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steal your.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason.
So yeah,
right?
she says that.
You should just.
She's
No.
unarmed.
I'm going to slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation.
Aw, she does look kind of sad though.
You
Oh
feel
shit!
flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Do you always look like this? What are you? I think that is really interesting. You, as the protagonist,
Oh.
are like this monstrous being colored in black, and then the princess, which is a world-ending being, is entirely white and clearly does not look like a monster.
This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face.
I know this isn't the end. This can't be the end. I know there's gonna be more of that happens. Chapter 2 is gonna happen. Reality is going to unwind itself or something.
But is
Some
it
bullshit
over?
is gonna happen.
Really over.
No. That was too easy. Yeah. That was literally too easy. What I say? Of course she's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not,
Why do
something
I
would be
feel like I
very
did
wrong
something
with you
terrible?
if you didn't feel
Well,
at least a
you
little
murdered
bad.
somebody, you know, that's
But
a
it
start.
was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience.
Wow.
But
thank
that
you
day
so
isn't
much.
today. Let's just get out of here.
Just get out of here. Leave.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
And something pops up.
Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
Interesting. We're back at the mirror. Right?
What happened?
Okay, so I guess no matter what ending you get, reality unfolds on itself. So now I don't feel as bad doing the first ending that I did
Everyone
first.
is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
See, the narrator is a dickhead. I knew it. Yeah. Oh, you have a great reward coming. Whatever you think it is, I promise you, it's way better than what you think it is. And then we end up isolated in the middle of, like, nothing in a cabin. Wait, this is my prize? This sucks.
What's done is done, and there's no going back now. I'm sorry you don't like your reward, but
Maybe you'll learn
maybe
to
you'll
appreciate it in time.
in time.
What a
This
dickhead.
is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Huh?
Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or...
So wait a minute. Okay, but I'm curious. If I say... Of course not, that was too easy.
It's over. Don't get all worked up. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that.
Oh boy. You get an entirely different ending if you check her pulse. Because this is obviously not the end. If you choose to not make it the end, then it's not the end. Seemingly.
And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Check for a pulse.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search
Jeez,
for a
this
pulse.
is so unsettling,
even though
man.
you know you're not going to find one.
And you're still a monster, by the way.
We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question?
Oh.
Wait.
Oh!
What was that? You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Fire! I knew she wasn't dead. I fucking knew it.
Something
Oh?
sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy. Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that
What
now.
the fuck?
You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs.
Ooh, that's pretty metal.
As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now.
I like how her teeth suddenly turn sharp out of
See
nowhere.
you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate?
I think,
Doesn't matter.
funny enough, I
At least you
actually
managed
think
to
this
take her
is
with you.
the most positive ending. Reality doesn't unfold onto itself. You don't end up in isolation for all of eternity. You simply die. And as of now, that's the single most positive ending that we've gotten. I just went to listen to KK Slider's performance in Animal Crossing. Wow. You got to see KK Slider live? That's crazy.
For whatever that's worth.
I saw him alive. I saw him live 15 years ago, back when the DS version of the game was around. Actually, no, I saw him on the GameCube version. I'm ancient. In the year of 2006, I remember my first KK Slider performance that I witnessed live. He was so amazing.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
The end. Oh. Chapter 2, The Razor. Oh, never mind.
You're on a path
Oh,
in the woods.
okay, so reality literally
the
does
end of that
reset.
path
See, I'm telling
is a
you,
cabin.
this is the beginning of time.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end.
Okay. She's going to kill me again.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
So, my question is, what's the real ending? Because there has to be a point in which reality stops looping into itself and we get a conclusive ending, right? But there's probably so many endings in this game that it takes a long time for you to get one, if there is one at all. Maybe there is no conclusive ending and the narrative is doomed to repeat itself forever.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
This whole thing is a crock of shit.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Oh,
Yeah,
is she?
That's exactly what you told us last time. You said this whole thing would be easy, but after we sank our blade into her heart, she just got up and started stabbing us.
calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
You were made for this job. See? Time starts at this moment here when we're in the woods. There is no prior time before this, I'm telling you.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. Like I said,
See,
we've
this is
just
the
met
same
for
thing
the
that he said
first
before
time,
when
you and
reality
I.
was crumbling onto itself. But this time, reality is not crumbling on itself.
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
A version of it.
If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which
Oh
probably
wait,
only
I just
happened
realized you
because
said
didn't
Animal
listen to me.
Forest Score Bunny, which is the Nintendo 64 version. See, I'm knowledgeable. I know about that shit. I played it on my phone a really long time ago, the English translation, but the English translation only translates up to the point where, like, essentially after you finish your job with Tom Nook, everything's in Japanese, and I can't read Japanese, so I just stopped playing the game after that. You know, it's kind of hard to build a bond with the villagers and answer their questions when you can't fucking understand anything they're saying.
We mostly listened to you. How were we supposed to know she'd spring back to life? If she sprung back to life in this hypothetical scenario, then clearly you didn't slay her.
That is kind of true. I mean, you could have stabbed her
But
multiple times.
congratulations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it
The
sounds to
narrator
me
is
like
really
you're making
funny,
a rather
though.
dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
I mean, it seems like they
What do you
didn't.
mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical
But it's not
scenario,
purely hypothetical.
that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
I think, well, we definitely went to a different world entirely because in the first ending, all the worlds collided on themselves. And as we learned, there is an infinite number of realities.
Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
I mean, we did slay the princess, we just also
This.
died at
Who
the same
cares
time.
what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can to save ourselves and just get out of here.
At least you know not to trust her, but you do realize that everything and everyone includes you.
Well, we
right?
know what happens if we
you
just turn
and
around.
leave,
Reality
you're
unwinds
duping
on itself.
yourself as well as everyone
So,
else.
we can't do that. Or else we probably get the same ending as last time, right? Or maybe not. I do think, like I said, I do think the game developers accounted for if you get the realities converging into themselves ending first, which I did without realizing that's what I was going to do. I just wanted to be the guy who chooses not to slay the princess and, you know, does not go into the cabin for as long as possible until we are literally forced to go in and then, you know, everything collapses.
We were so
But
close
I
to
think if
finishing
I
the
do
job
that
last
now,
time.
again,
She can't get the
it
jump
will
on us
have a
twice.
slightly
If we're
different
careful,
outcome.
we should be
Because I
fine.
can't get the quote that she said out of my head, where she said something along the lines of, we need more perspectives, and I'm sorry that you witnessed this so early on. So I genuinely do feel like the game accounts for you not getting other endings prior to getting that ending. And that specific ending changes if you've gotten more endings previously.
That's the spirit. Just keep that stiff upper lip, and you'll save the world in no time at all.
And away we go. Good
So
sport.
I'm going to
Seriously?
turn around.
We'll just go- Fine. I suppose you just
So we know what
quietly
happens
continue
here,
down the path away from
and
the
then
cabin.
we
That's
end up at the
strange.
cabin.
It looks like the. That's
So I'll just
great,
go into the
Zig.
cabin.
As long as you bring that fiery attitude to princess slaying, I think this will all resolve splendidly. The
Huh?
interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards.
So it
Their
changes
splintered
literally
edges
every
as
time.
uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
He didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade
I like
sitting
how the
on
door
the
is
table,
already
and the door to
open.
the basement. There's nothing
It's
else
like,
in
yeah,
it.
you know.
There isn't.
Oops, I didn't see that. You know, like the only thing that's there is a door, which might as well not be there.
Can you two stop arguing? It's stressful enough in here without all of this extra noise.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the bed. This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean,
You reach forward and rub your hand
and
against the
we
cabin
can see
wall.
that we're a monster.
I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second.
Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
Alright, so this whole cabin is different.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Really.
So focus up. A lot's
I
riding
do
on
genuinely
this.
think it's a different narrator entirely. So many ending stories, I'm assuming is what you meant since you put ending K. Alright, I take the
You
blade.
take the blade from the table.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
To the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs.
What
The
must once
fractured
have been
slats look
stairs.
as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood.
So she's clearly
You can hear what
prepared in
sounds
this
like the
reality,
rhythmic
right?
scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
It is funny that he repeats the same kind of quips every time.
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your
I don't
head.
like this one, man.
Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
Yeah, her voice is layered. So she's definitely some weird monstrosity.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us. Like she doesn't even have to put on an act
She
this
thinks
time.
she's better than us.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
Interesting. There's a window. Wait, is that a wall or is that a ceiling? This perspective is maybe it's like a cave formation, you know? Yeah, that's confusing perspective.
I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants
It's
us to
funny.
get close.
She
to
doesn't.
let
She
our
doesn't
guard
necessarily sound
down.
threatening. It's just the echoing of her voice. Like it's layered on top, as if there's two of her talking at the exact same time. Which actually, you know what? Maybe there is literally two of her. Maybe she is, in this reality, a literal monster.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
If I come close to you, it's just going to stab me, aren't you? You remember what happened last time? Ooh, I want to quick save this one for sure, because I want to ask her that.
Last time? If somebody came into my house and stabbed me to death and then I killed him, surely I would remember that.
She knows! She knows!
But I don't remember it, so it must not have happened.
She knows this
There
bitch!
you go again,
She
talking
knows!
illusions about a past life experience that clearly didn't happen.
So, the narrator doesn't remember anything, but we do.
Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth.
I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember, right?
Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying.
I think the
The thing
narrator
she's
genuinely
lying about
doesn't
is
know.
how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or
I mean, he
time
obviously
travel,
is
or
not
whatever
a
it is you
good
think
guy
you're doing.
because he trapped us in like a never-ending fucking void after we killed her the first time.
What? No! No!
Her voice is so
I wouldn't
funny.
stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for
Innocent
no reason.
princess.
And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to, not stabbing distance to help me.
I just realized her hands are also behind her back, so she obviously
I
has
have
a weapon.
absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her.
She certainly feels threatening.
This game is really fun. I do like this. It does feel a lot like Doki Doki in the sense that, like, you know, there's multiple paths you can take, and the whole atmosphere is very unsettling, and there's always something that feels slightly off. See, I told you to bring the knife. I did bring the knife!
Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it.
She has her hands behind her
You know
back.
who is armed? You. So stop second-guessing yourself and do your job. But I'm nervous.
But I'm nervous.
All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
That's exactly what happened, so you remember.
Would I just lie? Would I just lie to your face and tell you a thing I remembered happening didn't happen just so I could stab you again? I mean, just so I could stab you for the first time.
Ha! She slipped up there. She said again, and her taking it back doesn't count.
I like how she's just like, me? No, like, even in her face.
Do you hear how deranged you sound right now? Please stop dawdling. This is only going to end with violence. Postponing the inevitable is only going to make it worse for you when it actually happens.
I know I have a knife. I'll let you out of here if you drop it.
A knife? What are you talking about?
Her
I
voice
don't
is
have
so
a
funny.
knife. Where would I keep a knife? And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death. Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
The narrator's so stupid. He clearly is not an omnipotent being, the narrator, because he would be able to see that she has a knife. I want to say screw it, slay the princess. God, I want to do so many things right now. I want to do everything. There's so many options.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you. But I
don't
have
one, so I can't. That's so
The
funny.
princess smiles
Oh!
as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
She
Look at
doesn't.
this. Hands. Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with.
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too. Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
This is really funny. She doesn't have a knife. She has to have it somewhere, though. She obviously wants to stab us. But she did just show that she didn't have a knife. But where did she pull the knife out from last time? What if you're hiding it somewhere secret?
I've shown you all of my hiding spots. What kind of princess do you think I am? I would never hide something sharp somewhere secret.
Uh-huh.
Wait, that sounds like I'm lying, but I'm actually not. My secret zones are for me, only they have nothing to do with you or my intention to not stab you to death the second you get close to me.
Her smile drops for a moment, her expression sharp and flat.
It's giving succubus. I mean, I guess.
I assure you, there's nothing hidden there.
Where?
I'm
Where?
inclined to believe her on that one. She seems serious. Of course, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have something hidden somewhere. We know for a fact she's armed.
We do know that.
That's so rude of you, passing judgments on strangers you've never met just because they're different from you. How would you like it if I did that, huh? Silly little
She looks
birdface thinks
kind
he's so serious coming down here but doesn't know
Freaky.
anything. Thinks he can tell me to get rid of all the knives I don't
Oh,
even
so
have
we're a
while
bird
he gets
creature?
to wave one around right in front of me.
And speaking of waving it in front of you, wee.
I bet you didn't like that, did you? I bet you didn't like being judged for no reason.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to
I
deal
mean, she
with
is
her?
vaguely
We're
threatening us
clearly still
every single
figuring
time we
out
say
our
anything.
angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now? You're acting like you are.
I mean, the narrator doesn't
My
have to
entire
die.
world is at risk. Then maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way. No, I have my dignity. Fine, and will continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
What is the narrator, man?
But we don't have anything to talk through. We're strangers and this place is cramped and annoying and you should just come over here and let me out.
I think I've said my piece at this point. I think we all have. If you want to keep exhausting your questions, it beats getting stabbed to death.
Yeah, I do want to exhaust all my questions.
Oh, you don't. Okay, I see. I have an idea. You should come over here and stare directly at the chains. You won't be able to find a key if you don't know what it's supposed to look like, so you better come right within close staring distance just to be sure.
That's funny. Bro, can I shoot her? She's acting so extra, but I think it's funny. See, you're annoyed. I think it's funny.
Okay, I'm bored now.
She's bored? That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Not in a
She
way that
doesn't get to be
matters.
bored.
She's a prisoner. She's...
Oh!
Shit. In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion.
What the fuck?
So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all.
Huh.
How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do? At least we're safe here. She's still in chains.
Oh,
And
shit!
those chains stop her from continuing her advance, at least for a moment. She looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion. And then she slices through her arm. Okay, maybe we aren't safe here.
That's actually so sick. What the fuck?
She does
That's actually
even
really
hesitate
cool.
before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to outpace. Ah, shit. Okay, she's down an arm and we still have a weapon. I guess we'll have to use it.
Okay, but her arm is literally a sword. Like, we're not outdoing this. We're dead.
And use it you do. But unfortunately for you and for the entire world, you are horribly outmatched.
Yeah, you don't say. I guess I'll save it here. She could be Edward Scissorhands' sister? Actually, yeah, kind of.
You keep pace with her for a single brief
And then
wordless
she just
exchange
slices your arm off.
before she severs your hand and, with it, your only line of defense. She's much better at this than she was last time. Yeah, it's unreal. Bloody cheater.
Oh, that's funny. When your arm gets sliced off, your cursor changes to the left hand. That's really funny. So hold on, wait. If I load back to where I was before, do I get my right hand back? If I load right here, I do. That's really cute.
You
That
keep pace with her.
have
She's
that detail.
much. Yeah, it's unreal.
I'm going to kill you now.
Thanks.
With a squelch, she does just that.
I like. It's so unceremonious. Like, it's so dramatic when she frees herself, and then it's just like when she finally lands the finishing blow. It's like, I'm gonna kill you now. The end.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3: The Arms Race.
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in the goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're
What?
I'm going to
Interior
kill
of
you
the
now.
cabin is
You
sharp,
guys are so
a
thirsty.
constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards. Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
I feel dizzy.
Interesting.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
This is a really interesting game. I like how the cabin is like just sharp edges.
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
What's the point of fighting if she's just going to win every time? It hurts being sliced to pieces. We're better off just sitting up here and doing nothing.
Nah.
Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction. That can't be right, that's too much responsibility.
It is a lot of
I couldn't
responsibility.
agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world. Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and
But
save
the
the world
mirror
without
is
a
here
weapon.
instead of a door.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually. And what if we never do? So, are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the
We
basement like
can't.
you're
There's
supposed
a mirror
to?
there. No one said
I'd love
anything
to
about the
get
mirror.
started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what
You know what doors are, right?
right?
This fucking asshole narrator.
There isn't
Fuck
a
you.
door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
Interesting. Well, we have no choice but to approach the mirror.
Make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist.
She's gonna pop
Just
up from
reach
behind
forward
it.
and open it. Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
She's gonna pop up from behind it, man. Like the mirror queen. Be for real.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
What is a mirror supposed to symbolize?
It was never there.
It was
Just an illusion.
Guess it's time for us to see her again.
Yep, let's
Just
go.
stay focused and you'll be fine.
Also interesting, we literally have split personality.
You step
Oh.
forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
And then we go to the bottom and we land straight on knives.
Your body tumbles onto the basement
Nope,
floor and
never.
the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Oh, fuck you.
Fun for her, maybe. I didn't like dying all over again. Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
This is... I want
Actually,
to know what
does
happened. Now it's like
survival
action
matter?
movie.
We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once. Nothing bad has come of it
Yeah,
yet.
that is true. What if she gets more and more powerful in each reality?
Plenty
that
bad has
you
come of it.
keep
You've
going
left
to?
at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered. The past isn't real. There's only here and now. Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing
Does she
meat.
just get more
The
knives
princess's
every time
arms
she
erupt
dies?
Twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
What the hell? Next time we die and we meet her again, her legs are gonna be blades too. She's gonna be like Chainsaw Man.
She's loose, and she is
So
coming
her,
for
all
you.
of her appendages are just gonna be frickin' knives.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
All the ideas suck. Think of something better. That's really funny. We'll quick save here. We're finding her, obviously. We're going to appeal to our authority. Puff her up a bit. There's no reason we can't tough this out. Oh, that's easy. I'm going to try flirting with her. She has swords for arms. We don't think. We're panicking. We're going to fight her, and we're going to have stiff upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it. She wins by killing us, right? So let's beat her to it. What? All these ideas suck. Think up of something better. Let's appeal to authority first.
She isn't one to talk, and we shouldn't be either.
He's right. I don't think we can talk this out. I think she wants to kill us.
Exactly. I think she established that at some point between stabbing us to death and directly telling us just now.
Yeah, I mean,
that
she
she
did
was
want to
going
kill us really badly last time, too. What's up, Landshark? Thank you for unlurking. This game is very strange.
You were the one who asked for ideas. Fine. Talk our way out of this. Maybe that's the answer.
Okay, so basically what you missed, Landshark, I'm not summarizing the entire 2 hours that just happened, but, I'm playing Slay the Princess. We have to go and kill the princess. Every time we kill the princess or die, reality seems to reset. So far, it seems to be implied that every time reality resets, we are in an entirely different reality. Not that time is rewinding. Our memories carry over. The princess's memories carry over. The narrator's memories do not. The narrator is not just a narrator. He also has his own kind of intentions that are not fully explained. And it seems like every time we die, the princess just gets stronger and kills us. I have not done a storyline where I've tried to befriend the princess, because there are endings where you can do that, because there's multiple endings. And the first ending I did was probably the craziest one so far, because reality ended up basically like all realities converge into themselves. Yeah, very interesting. What if we joined forces?
Oh, for the love of... The princess stops for a moment, mulling over your deranged proposition.
Okay, so we're going to team up so we can stop reality from unwinding itself.
Nah, not interested.
Rar.
Don't
Ooh.
take it the wrong way. I think you're neat.
At
but
least
I'm
I didn't get
having way
scared
too
this
much
time
fun to
by the alert, because Zenchi scared me earlier than alert.
We should coil ourselves. She's about to pounce.
We're screwed. Again. I'll see you all when we die.
But before you can finish another thought, the princess closes the distance and dodge. Now fails to hit you.
Oh.
Oh, you're a fast one. That's fun. But I think I can get even faster.
I'm going to be quiet for a bit now.
Okay, hold on. I
Let
want to
me
quick
know.
load. What if I think
Yeah,
of something?
that's right. We just have to think.
Just standing there, huh? A bold strategy.
You don't have time
Okay.
to finish your thought.
No,
In
she-
a moment, she's across the room. Blades
And then we
she
dodge.
skewers
Oh, she
you.
skewers me.
Ow. What a surprise. Yeah. We don't even get a second to think without her stabbing us. Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever
Huh.
be.
There's
Dead,
so many endings.
dead,
Wait.
dead.
Can we win this?
I guess we have a weapon. Okay, I'm in. Let's do this.
She's going to kill us.
Well, if we die, we die, right? Then we
There's
can
so
try again
many
next
endings,
time.
man.
Bad idea. But it's not like any of you listen to me.
Yeah, no more moping. We're gonna fight her, and we're gonna win. Blade poised to strike you, charge the princess.
Oh, so you do want to fight, huh? Okay. Yes, I love this. Try to stab me. Try to stab me and see what happens.
Here goes. We can make this work. Yes, if we pay attention, we won't
I give this
die.
game an 8 out of 10. I feel motivated to draw Dusk in this situation. Very strange thing to want to do, but sure.
What if we don't?
Oh. Did we
You and
win?
the princess exchange a flurry of blows,
Ooh.
and you manage to
Ooh.
narrowly avoid death several times. Till finally you see it. An opening. It's a trick. Don't take it. No, screw that. Ours. Ours. I called it. It's ours, and we're taking it. And you do take it. But as you close in, yet another blade erupts from the princess.
Another
You
blade?
have no time to react before you feel it sliding through your ribs. A trick. I knew it. I told you to be careful of tricks.
Yeah, it didn't give me the option to not
From
take it.
where? From her knee.
I told you, every time she dies, she gets a new blade. Every time she dies, she gets a new blade. All her appendages are gonna be blades. I literally called it.
Oh, too slow.
Oh, that's bullshit. Bloody unfair. Unfortunately, for the sake of the world, fair doesn't factor into this. Another of her blades comes slicing up to finish the job. Ow.
Ribbons! I'm going to make you ribbons. This is so much fun and I want to celebrate.
It would have worked if we just
Stabbed
stabbed
her
her
harder.
harder. Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happened.
So wait a minute.
No, you're in a. Where the
Does this
hell-
happen no matter what? We always die, right? So we did this last time. I want to know if this also leads to us dying, because we dodged before.
Oh,
No.
So we
dodge.
did this, she
Now,
runs over, we
fails to
dodge.
hit you.
Oh, you're a fast one.
Then she says
I'm
she
going
might be
to be
fast.
quiet for a bit now. Let me know.
You dodge and parry in an endless repeating pattern, but you can only keep it up so long before making a mistake. The pattern breaks for just long enough.
And then we
She
die.
skewers you.
Yeah, no matter what, we die here. There's no way we come out
Ow.
of this alive, I think. There's no way
Wow,
to stop this
she
this
is
ending from
absol-
killing us. I really don't think there's a way to do it.
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not?
I turned that.
Pain is
Okay.
good. It's how we
Sounds
stay alive.
alive.
Nah, I'm sick
sick
of
of
it. This whole
pain.
thing would be a lot more
Okay.
tolerable if it didn't hurt so much.
Huh.
Just standing there, huh? A bold.
No, we know
Prince,
how
you
this
dodge.
ends. We
And you
dodge,
Oh,
and
you're
then
fast.
it doesn't work,
But-
and then we die. There is no way to win this one. I really don't. Maybe the second one we could have won. The first one we could obviously win, because if we just straight up stab her, then we know that we end up in the void. But let's try flirting
Now,
with her.
I've tolerated quite a bit from you, but this is a bridge too far. Please? Yeah, do we have to flirt with
Let's
the
do it.
murderous monster?
Cool light up shades, sure. See, I don't know if my shades are even alive. I need to put new batteries in them. What even is this? Jordan, you missed the beginning. It's hard to explain. I'm playing Slay the Princess. It's a game where you have to kill the princess that's on the screen right now. But she's like kind of a... It's hard to explain. She doesn't start off like this, I can assure you. You should watch the VOD, unironically. This is actually a really interesting game. You should try watching the VOD. But basically, in the beginning, you are tasked with slaying the princess. You start in a forest. How do I even explain this in a way that makes sense? How do I recap 2 hours of playing this crazy ass game? Also, the battery's dead, guys. Sorry. But I'll still wear the shades. You start in a forest. You are tasked with slaying the princess by the narrator. The narrator, from the beginning, is a little suspect. According to him, if you don't slay the princess, the entire world ends. The very first thing that I did, because there are multiple options that you can choose. This is one of those choose your own adventure type games. Similar to Doki Doki, except 20,000 bajillion more endings. Right? So the very first thing that I did was I chose not even to approach the princess. I didn't even go into the cabin where she's trapped, because that's where we're in right now. We're in a cabin. When I reversed course, I ended up at the cabin, despite going the opposite way. And I kept on being resilient, despite the narrator telling me, you have to slay the princess, you have to go in the cabin. Eventually, after being defiant for long enough, the cabin started multiplying infinitely, and the world seemingly ended. Then, chapter 2 happens, every time a new chapter happens, a new reality is formed. Seemingly. That's my theory. I don't really know. But it seems like a new reality is formed with every chapter. In the second chapter, after the world seemingly ended, we go into the cabin. Reality is literally unwinding. The cabin is like in some spatial realm of non-existence. We go into the basement. We talk to the princess. And then reality starts collapsing onto itself until a bunch of realities merge together. And the princess becomes some, like, Lovecraftian being with, like, 20 arms and faces and whatever of multiple different princesses. But instead of being hostile towards us, she basically explains that there's a bunch of realities and that she wants us to experience more perspectives. And she also apologizes for me seeing reality unfold like that so early on. And the reason why I bring those two details up is because I believe that if you get that ending early, and like I did, which I didn't do it intentionally, then I think if you revisit that ending after getting more perspectives, which, like, I'm inclined to believe are endings, then that specific ending, even if you do all the exact same things, actually changes. So I will be revisiting that ending. So now I'm just going through more endings. In the ending I'm in right now, we're on chapter 3, so I've died twice already. The very first time, I went straight to go kill the princess. But instead of leaving right away, I checked her pulse to see if she was really dead. And she wasn't, and she stabbed us, and me and the princess died. Then chapter 2 happens. I go to her, and she is acting very suspicious and very heavily implies that she knows that we stabbed her in the last reality. And she kills us because she has a freaking sword for an arm. In this reality, chapter 3, she now has 2 swords for arms, and no matter what, it seems like we cannot die. Yeah, she's just got too many swords for arms and legs,
I'd rather
apparently.
not. It's not like she wants us anyway.
So now I'm trying to figure out if there is a way to win in this reality. I don't think there is. Does that make sense? It's a very confusing game. It's definitely a game that I think is worth playing. You know, actually, the Undertale music is kind of fitting because, like, Sans is also a multi-dimensional being. So, you know, it kind of lines up with the narrative of this game. But anyways.
I'm fine with it. Let's see where this goes.
I know you want to kill me, but has anyone told you how gorgeous you are? I feel like I really get you. Romantically, even. Maybe we can hash this out over a date. How about you buy me dinner before? Give her the look? Okay, come on. I gotta figure out what happens if I give her the look. Come on, that's funny. Yeah, as you can see, these 2 endings are the ones where reality collapses onto itself, and then the princess becomes a godlike being that is actually not hostile towards us and explains that she is, like, infinite reality and we are infinitely whatever. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I'll just save here. I want to give her the look.
The look. The look. We've all used it. Yeah, do you not know about the look?
The look? Come on, that gets all the chicks, man.
Even I know about the look.
You flash the princess.
Oh, and you also have multiple personalities.
And a rosy blush rushes
What?
to the princess's
She
cheeks as
actually
breaks
does
into
it? What the
wide
fuck?
grin.
There's no way she's actually...
Oh, is that how it is? Yeah, okay, I feel that. I like you too. Neat.
Oh,
She still stabs
damn,
us.
This is actually going to work, isn't it?
No, this isn't going to work. She's fucking with us, but it's still very funny that she reacts like this.
Still going to kill you. But now we could both enjoy a mutual romantic subtext to the murder.
That's funny.
Or not.
At least she likes us. I've
This
never
game is
been
fucking funny, dude.
before.
Blush still glowing in her
That's
cheeks.
so funny. It's the
The
same
princess closes
exact
the distance
like
between
pose
them,
that she does when
blades
she's
flashing.
running at you, but she's blushing while she does it.
She skewers you.
That's so funny.
Ow. What worthwhile romance doesn't hurt at least a little bit? What matters is that she likes us. Oh, a new one of us.
Okay. That is very funny, though. I think that's really funny that you can actually get her to romance you after she's killed you twice and you killed her once.
A rosy blush flushes in the
Yeah,
princess's
you can
cheeks,
actually romance her
and a
in
wide
this.
grin cuts
She still
across her
kills
face.
us,
You're
but
sweet. I like you too. You're probably my favorite person other than me.
Oh, be damned! This is actually going to work, isn't it?
no, she's still gonna kill us. We already
Still
know.
gonna kill you though.
Or not?
At least she likes
Yeah,
us.
okay, so no matter what she
Still
kills us,
good.
there's no way that we survive this
Ow.
ever.
What worthwhile romance doesn't hurt at least a little bit? What matters is that she likes us. She's even said as
Voice
much.
of the Smitten. Wait, that's a different voice than... I know I keep on going back, but... Okay, no, wait. Never mind. I had to quick load. Ah, fuck. Did I quick save before? Shit. Yeah, whatever. Because there was a different voice when we initially died by fighting. Oh, wait, no. We're fine, we're fine. So yeah, we could just do this.
Yeah,
Wait.
no more moping. We're gonna fight her, and we're gonna win. Blade poised to strike you.
Oh, so you do.
Yeah,
So we
guys.
already know what happens.
if
We
we-
die
The
here.
princess exchange a flurry of blows, and you manage to narrowly avoid death several till finally you
And then she
trick
finds
nose
an
and you
opening,
shoot-
and then
What?
we die.
From where? From her knee.
And then
apparently.
she has a freaking
Oh, that's
a blade in her
unfortunately for the
knee.
sake of- Ow.
Ribbons! I'm going to make you.
It would have worked.
Yeah,
if
voice
we
of the
just
stubborn.
stabbed her harder.
There's so many endings in this game. I'm never going to complete this game ever. I've been playing for 2 hours and I've gone on like 50 different branching paths and I keep on having to go backwards because I want to know what all the different paths are. Okay, we'll just keep going on. Actually, no. Fuck it. I want to do the Smitten one. I want to do the one where we romance her after she has killed us twice. Fuck it.
You're.
Let's keep going on this
Or
one.
at least
I want to know what happens with this one. Who cares? Just kill her. I killed her already, and we came back to life, and she killed us twice. Okay?
Ow.
I care, damn it.
Worthwhile romance doesn't hurt at least a little.
I already killed her. You missed the first 2 hours of stream, Jordan. That's not my fucking fault. We already did that.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die.
Romance
Did
anime
we
time.
die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead. And that's all.
So we already saw this line of
Dead,
dialogue. I was watching soccer.
Dead,
It's fine.
Dead.
Speaking of anime, I watched the first episode of Bocchi the Rock, and it's really cute. I loved when the credits scene happened, when the episode wasn't actually over. That was really cute. That was a really cute little thing that happened.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? This is 4.
Yeah.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
Bocchi the Goat. Yeah, it was a
I
good
guess
first
we don't
episode.
have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
Ah.
As long as we keep moving. We'll win her heart eventually.
He's so funny.
Right. So it's going to get even more crowded. Even more deluded voices that think we might stand any kind of chance.
Come on, show me something new.
That's right. So we're going to exhaust all our options. Doesn't matter if I try to romance her. Because we will always eventually end up romancing her. It doesn't work if she kills you again, and again, and again, and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
We just have to hit her harder. She skewers you.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps.
So we just have to
Then
exhaust
you skewer yourself.
all of our options.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought. Just panic. Flee.
So, yeah, no matter what, we always... So this is just going through all of the different potential dialogues, if you chose different dialogue
Skewers
options.
you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again.
So we're just infinitely
She's going
repeating.
to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
Does this ever end?
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one.
She has so many
Let's
blades.
nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time. That's all we need.
Did we actually get her?
None of this is working. Think. Think.
She also gets more and more teeth every
She
time.
skewers you. And then everything goes dark. And you die.
Oh, we're finally done? Mutually assured destruction. No, new chapter.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it from here.
Yeah, the narrator is not even relevant anymore.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand. Oh, what if we throw it out the window? Over my dead body.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of
That's
a
so funny.
beautiful woman?
How are you smitten by the
Sure,
monster?
I can think of a better way to die. Yeah, they're all the same, really.
So, yeah, every time you die, you get new...
How about we stop
personalities.
thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are
Alright.
entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't
well,
good.
technically
This
we've
is-
died, like, what,
how
8
about You
times?
stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them.
Very true, yeah, the narrator's
leave
not
it to the
relevant
pros.
anymore. Get out
We'll
of here,
notch up
narrator.
that winning
No one cares about you.
time.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Good! Whoa, yeah, narrator's getting it.
Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It
It's
feels
funny
I'm
because the
hardly part
narrator's
of
like a
this.
godly being. Like, his name is literally capitalized as he or him whenever our character describes a narrator, as if he's like a god. But then we can just flagrantly ignore the narrator and he can't do anything about it.
Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Or
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing.
well, she can just show us,
Yeah,
right?
Me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you.
We don't need to hear
describe
the
her new
narrator
thing.
describe it. We can just see what she does.
Really? Okay then.
I still have these glasses on. 15 minutes is up. You gotta pay the points again if you want to see me in the glasses again.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's
Ew.
skin twists,
Oh my God.
splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts. She becomes
fuck?
a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
So we have to stab the heart somehow. But how do you, like, get through the 1,000 knives?
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit! She's gorgeous.
The fucking man is so
Absolutely
stupid.
divine.
Absolutely divine. Oh my goodness, if I wouldn't like to feel her blades up my bottom. Oh, if I could just simply feel the slices of her gorgeous body.
Yes, behold the perfect woman.
I almost stepped on a thumbtack.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
Ah, that's not a bad idea.
Rar.
Ooh, ooh. Oh, rar indeed. That did look pretty
How
painful,
is
right?
she still alive?
The heart!
Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
Oh, don't we all,
We're
brother?
screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
This
All
is
right,
all
sir.
just
What?
What just happened?
Empty your mind. Empty
So
my mind.
Quiet.
Empty your mind. What does Squidward say when he's telling SpongeBob to empty his mind and only think about being like a good waiter or whatever? Him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
For once. Fine fine dining and breathing. Yeah. And then he forgets his name. You do not act. And yet, through that inaction, your body moves. He's Ultra Instinct! He's Ultra Instinct! He has achieved Ultra Instinct. Is Slay the Princess protagonist stronger than Goku? Oh, only time will find out. He's literally Ultra Instinct. You do not act. And yet, through that inaction, your body moves on its own. The princess strikes as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
So are you, my lady. Your weapons clash again and again. You and her entering a rhythm, free of thought and free of self. There is only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. You do not get to see each other die, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. Approach the mirror. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. So we are... Wait a minute. Once again... So... Obviously that implies... Okay, Landshark and Jordan, you missed the first ending. When reality collapsed into itself, we ended up in this void, which I guess is called the Long Quiet. And, like I said, the princess turned into some godlike being that... Oops. Okay, so I'm just gonna save here. She looks like this. And if I load here, Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. So, the princess turned into this when reality collapsed onto itself. And, as you can see, she's not hostile. She's like a merging of all the different realities combined. And she seems to understand that everything is simultaneously meaningless and filled with meaning at the same time. You know, like very philosophical stuff. And like I said, she mentions that there are... Hold on. Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Good night, Dust. Good luck. Thank you. Do you like this game? I think it's very interesting. Do we know each other?
You are familiar.
I wanna... What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature
Okay,
pursuing me more personally.
This is what she said right here.
So that I may be whole. And perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Interesting or good? I think it's pretty good so far. It depends on... It's a game for a specific type of person, I guess. It's... At least from what I can gather, it's pretty philosophical. I really like that there's a lot of endings, but it's also annoying for me at the same time because I want to pick so many different options, you know what I mean? It's like one of those games where there's like a billion options and, you know, every option leads to a different path, etc., etc. So yeah, when we first ended up in the long quiet, it was that. And the thing is, why I was so intrigued by the fact that it says you find yourself in the long quiet once again is that after I finished in this one, right, where she turns into this Lovecraftian being, I got sent back to chapter 1 instead of, you know, being sent to another chapter where, like, we end up in another reality but we still have all our memories. I went back to chapter 1 as if I started a new game. And but I didn't start a new game. And so it seems like because I didn't start a new game, I ended up, you know, in the long quiet once again, instead of just not ending up in the... Or instead of just ending up in it for the first time. I don't know if I'm explaining it well. You have to watch from the beginning, I guess. I don't know. It's tough to explain. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
So, yeah, it's a similar ending.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel like to change like this? Yeah, I want to know what it feels like to be a billion knives.
Eyes close in reflection.
You have no eyes!
Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together.
I'm gonna be honest, this is a little too philosophical for me to fully grasp. So I asked, what does it feel like to be like this? Perspectives melt together, and the breadth of my experience stretches new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together.
It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
So you didn't really answer my question. You know, it's fine. You know what you want to do.
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be. And every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was.
I mean, I guess she is technically different from this thing, where she melds into
I
herself.
cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed.
Because she did... Well, we didn't get to see what her desires were in this ending. In this one, her desire was to kill us.
But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
You know, at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to
Interesting.
discover.
So there are good endings. There are actually good endings. Where the world doesn't end, but we can actually be happy together? Is that actually a thing? When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before? Oh! So that was one thing I noticed too when I continued going down. I couldn't not go into the cabin afterwards. It, like, the game wouldn't let me, essentially. Also, I just realized that my camera covers the options, so you guys can't see what I'm clicking. I guess it's good that I'm reading them out loud, then.
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own.
Yeah.
They are useless
So
to
if I
us
start a
now.
new game, I lose all the
Inaccessible.
perspectives.
The only paths
So I
that
can
run
actually
are
reach
those
every
that are
single
yet
ending
untread.
by playing out the endings on the same file, essentially. Okay, that's good to know. The only paths of value are those yet untread. You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
See, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, my theory, I think it's correct. Time literally starts when, in this game world, time literally starts when you enter the forest. There is nothing before that. There's no world that's ending. The narrator is lying, I think. There's nothing else. What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
Oh, that's cute.
My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel? I don't like this vessel. This one's freaky. I don't like the knives.
This one is sharp and single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for an indomitable heart.
I mean, I guess technically she did get joy in
Do
killing
not
us a
mourn
bunch
her.
of times.
She is exactly where she needs to be.
I'm not mourning her, trust me. So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow.
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
I guess, yeah, we do ultimately always decide what happens to her, right? I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but they are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them you are a gate to something more, and you are something more than that, too. But they are only
All
the
right.
wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart.
Alright.
I would be alone.
Oh my god, you're
and
talking too
without
much, come on.
sensation.
I just want a short
I
answer.
could not feel the joy of having you by my side. For
Aw,
I would
that's
not
kind
know
of-
your absence.
That's kind of sweet, though. How many more vessels do I need to bring you? That's actually a good
If I
question.
am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow.
Okay, so yeah,
You
I need
will
to
have
kill her
your
more times,
rest
basically.
In due time. And I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
So we already know we can't do these things. We just have to simply
I will
go back.
long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
And we die, and then we go back to chapter 1, just like before.
You're on a path. You're here. to
So, okay. So... Yeah, I just like before, I can't turn around because I already did that ending. So if I continue on this file, I can get all the endings without risking repeating an ending. Okay, that's good to know. So I'll just quick save here. There's no need to go back to other save files technically, because they'll always end the same, essentially. Or there's no need to go back to the old save files because I have the risk of just retreading the same story, essentially. When I don't need to do that. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. This was an interesting game. I'll probably play the rest off stream because I feel like this is a little bit too slow of a game for stream. But it is actually a cool game. If I don't play it, I will at least watch YouTube videos on it because I do kind of want to know what the grander narrative is, because there's obviously something more here than what is initially shown to us. Alright, well, that's about it. I'll probably stream tomorrow afternoon. Yeah. Well, we'll just end it here. I've gone for a good couple hours. I'm just confused because you entered late. You entered stream late. This is a very confusing game, though, if you are not following from the beginning. Okay. Actually, I can explain this real quick. This is probably the best time to explain it. So, as you saw here, you know, the narrator said... Well, let me just go back real quick. Okay, the narrator says, you're on a path to the woods. Every time... When you first start the game... Oh, wait, I need to go back to this. Yeah. Okay. So, when you first start the game, the narrator says you're on a path in the woods, and at the end of the path, it's a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. When you first start the game, this is all you know. The narrator is explaining this to you. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. Then you get these different dialogue options, right? Anything that says explore is essentially just lines of questioning. We kept going at it for the whole night. Well, we're not going to go at it for the entire night, but, you know. Anytime you click explore, it just brings up new dialogue and lore and explains things, right? It doesn't actually make a decision for you. If you click anything that doesn't have explore on it, then that's a decision. Now, the first decision that I made in my first playthrough was basically saying, no, I don't want to slay her. And I never approached the cabin. Are you following so far, Jordan? Does that make sense? So, yeah, my first playthrough, I was at this point, and I simply said, no, I don't want to go to the cabin. The narrator kept pushing me to go to the cabin. And so I kept being resilient, and I never went into the cabin. When I did that, the narrator was basically saying, like, oh, look, you know, every time you turn around, the cabin is there. You have to go into the cabin. But I kept being resilient, and I never went into the cabin. And eventually, because it seems like the princess does have some kind of otherworldly powers, the cabin kept multiplying, and the world ended, as the narrator said it would. Then, as you know, every time we die, we go into another chapter. As you saw when you entered stream, we died, and then another chapter happened. So we die after the world ends. And then when we revive, we go into, like, a weird world where, like, things are obviously a little bit different, right? Just like before, when you saw the cabin looked different, it looked freakier. So when we did that path, reality basically collapsed onto itself. Instead of the princess turning into a bladed monstrosity where she becomes the most extreme, violent version of herself, she collapsed onto herself and became this thing that we see here. And that was the first ending that I ever did. Then, you know, just like when she became the bladed monstrosity and, you know, we died and then went back to chapter 1, I did that here. And then that's how I ended up on the last one that you saw, where instead of going back and not going to the cabin at all, I just immediately killed her. And then all of that transpired. Reality, you know, reset. We went on to chapter 2. And then that's when she got the blade arm, and then she killed us, and then went into chapter 3, and then she got 2 blade arms, and then she killed us, and then went into chapter 4, and she turned into a bladed monstrosity, and then we both killed each other, and then she turned into that thing. So the whole thing with the game is basically that every time you make a decision, at least from what I'm theorizing, she turns into the most extreme version of whatever choices you end up doing. And you do have options where you don't kill her. I just haven't done that. So what I imagine is if you don't kill her, she becomes very obsessed and loving with you, and then something happens out of that and she becomes the most extreme version of that specific emotion. Because in case you didn't notice, she said with the bladed form that this version is violent but also very joyful. So each ending expresses the most extreme version of whatever emotion she can feel, and every new ending gives her new perspectives, as she calls them. And that's the goal of the game, is to give her all the perspectives and find all of her most extreme emotions. I'll let the world die to get a smooch ending. I mean, you could probably do that. Like, if I just continue to the cabin, because nothing else really matters. We can just go into the cabin. We proceed into the cabin.
The blade.
Right? I enter the basement. I decide not to take the blade. So we go downstairs.
The door to the her voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
Is hypnotizing. Don't
Right.
let it fool you. It's all part of.
And then I say
Don't
hi.
be a stranger. It's been so long.
So all
since
this
I've had any
dialogue is the
visitors.
same the
Please,
first time.
Come downstairs.
Right?
You walk down the stairs.
So can we get a
and
smooch
look.
from
Ah,
her?
she's
Probably.
beautiful. I am begging.
Okay. Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
So I've never done an option where I don't immediately kill her or just not go into the cabin at all. So this is the first time I'm
you
actually
can
talking
address
to
me
her.
as your Royal
Is she
Highness.
evil? You just
Or
saw
you
the
can
last
just call
ending.
me
She killed us
princess
4
if your
times.
Royal Highness
Yes,
is
she's
formal.
evil. Like, you literally just saw that. Well, the thing is, it's implied that she's not evil because in this ending and the one where she turns into a blade monster, the final chapter, she simply is a being that experiences things. So she has evil inside of her, and she is definitely not a human. She's like some weird monstrosity that takes multiple forms. But it's kind of implied that she isn't purely evil, right? Like, didn't she say there was one, like, what, when she was a blade monster thing, at the very end she said, she implied that there was an ending where you both walk away happily and escape. I just haven't gotten that ending.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess
Princess. Is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted.
So, yeah, that's
Go back upstairs.
it.
get
Like,
the
if you
blade,
guys want to
and
see more of the
slay her
game, I'll play
before
more of the game later, and I'll do a happy ending instead of one where I kill her. I'll try to go on for as long as possible, doing the non-killing ending. And I'll save it here. But that's it for now. Maybe I'll play more tomorrow, and we'll see what happens if we do a good ending. But I'm done for the night. All right, back to full screen camera. Bam. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll play more on stream or not. I feel like it's not a good game for streaming, but I do like the concept of the game, so I do want to see what happens. But yeah, that's it for tonight, guys. I hope you all have a great night. I also hope my freaking camera thing works. Come on. Oh wait, no, I'm stupid. No wonder. Okay, that's also the wrong one. There we go. Haha! I got it now. Have a good night, everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out.